is enough said.
What is up, Heat Nation? Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Happy Taco Tuesday, you guys. Hope y'all in a good mood, because I really would appreciate if you could smash the like button. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Now let's rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. I gotta say, you guys, today's a little bittersweet for me. As most of you guys know, I'm sure all of you know, the Miami Heat Summer League team yesterday defeated the Memphis Grizzlies in overtime, 120-118, to win the 2025 Summer League Championship. The Heat go 6-0, dominate the Summer League, and I think it's amazing, y'all, because this Miami Heat offseason hasn't really been one to brag about. It's been lackluster at best. Heat fans are upset with the fact that we haven't really made any moves. So you see what we've done in Summer League. You see how consistent and great Kel'el Ware is. You see guys that are emerging as possible role players for this team, like Keyshawn Johnson, Josh Christopher, Isaiah Stevens, Cole Swider. You got Alondes Williams. You got a lot of guys stepping up. And the reason why Pelle Larsson, look at me, that's another one. But the reason why I say it's bittersweet, y'all, I'm actually waiting for my wife right now. I didn't post a video last night, y'all, because I actually suffered an accident. And I'm waiting for my wife right now to go to urgent care. I don't know if you guys could see it. I can't put my foot that high. I suffered a pretty bad accident. Damaged my toe really bad. So we're going to ER right now to get it checked out, to get it fixed. And I'm just like in a whirl of different emotions, because it literally happened right after the Heat won the championship. I wasn't celebrating. I was actually playing with my daughters, and, this freak thing happened. So life, But while I'm waiting for my wife, she's dropping off the girls at school so we can go to urgent care. But while I'm waiting, I figured, hey, let's just talk Miami Heat basketball, because why the hell not, right? I'm breathing, I'm living, let's go. And like I tell y'all, take a negative situation, turn it into a positive. When life is giving you a shit salad, a shit storm, you turn it into chicken salad. You know what I always say, take a chicken shit and turn it into chicken salad, y'all. All that positivity. I'm just trying to stay up, because the Heat won, y'all. The Heat won. And the Miami Heat have an incredible showing. You get guys that step up yesterday. The usual suspects have amazing games. You get Kel'el Ware with 21 points, 10 rebounds. A block shot. The dude goes, 0 for 1 for the three-point line. We know that he doesn't really take a lot of attempts. So that's something you want to see him work on during the regular season, but he will have a lot of time. There's 82 games. You also get big games from Mr. Reliable. Josh Christopher has his fourth 20-point game in this Summer League in Las Vegas. 24 points last night, 9 for 17 for the field. He gets 4 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 block shots, filling up the stat sheets. I think my man Josh Christopher definitely deserves at least a 2-way contract. He's been showing out this Summer League. He's been the man on this team. You also get Alondes Williams. He's playing for a contract too. Miami Heat extended his rescinded their qualifying offer, so he's trying to get a spot. My man yesterday gets 21 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 for 9 for the three-point line, showing his range. He's fighting for a spot as well. You also get an incredible game, you guys, from Pelle Larsson. 16 points, 7 for 9 for the field, but the biggest shot of the night. Heat are tied 118-118 in overtime. They give the ball to Larsson, gets in the paint, shoots a wild trick shot, but gets it in. Wins the game for Miami. This is kind of reminiscent of Max Strus's game winner a few years ago in Summer League. The confidence that Pelle Larsson is showing. And I've been a big advocate of Larsson, because in the beginning of Summer League, he wasn't really showing out. Other guys were playing better than him. And he was our second round pick. When you have their guys that are undrafted, like Keyshawn Johnson and, Josh Christopher, who's a former first round pick, who's not even in the team right now, you had other guys that were stepping up over Pelle Larsson. And I even said from the first day when he was having bad games, like, but you see him, you see his tenacity out there, the fact that he goes for the loose balls, he's hustling on, on every play. He shows a lot of Heat culture vibes. And I'm loving, because these last few games he's been stepping up, hitting his 3-point shots, scoring at will, showing his tenacity out there. I really like me some Pelle Larsson. I think he's not only going to earn a spot on this team, but I think he may get some quality minutes, especially if we, go through injuries. So this Summer League team is exciting to look at, y'all, because you're seeing guys that can complement on this team now. And why do I say that? Because they're consistent. If Pelle Larsson doesn't give you these stretch of games, Khalil Ware, there's some games if he goes out there and has 4 points, 2 rebounds, you're kind of wondering, is this the right pick? But he's been consistent this whole Summer League. Gets all first team in Summer League. Khalil Ware. I'm surprised Josh Christopher didn't get all first team, because he's been stepping up as well. But that's how good Summer League has been. There's been a lot of players that have been showing out. Now, one thing that I will say about this Summer League team, they're catching eyes. Not only from fans, but from journalists and NBA teams as well. Ira Winderman said yesterday that it is possible, from some of the conversations that he's had with Heat reps, this Miami Heat team is so impressed with some of these Summer League players, they may look to move certain veterans they have to make space. And why am I saying that? It's because there's more than 3 players that have been showing they can earn a spot on this team. Now, the Miami Heat currently have 14 players in contract, you guys. They can fill out a 15th spot. But the Miami Heat right now are literally $2 million under the second apron. They have that $5.2 million exception. But if they use it, it's going to hard cap them into the second apron. So if they bring another player on this team, they will go to the second apron line. And I've mentioned this a million times, but I'm going to say it again because people don't see it every video. When you're a second apron team, you're completely hampered. You can't aggregate players in trades, which means you can't combine multiple players. You lose a first-round draft pick that gets frozen 7 years ahead. You cannot sign buyout players in the middle of the season at all. So when you're a first apron team, you can't sign a buyout player that made more than the mid-level exception. But if you're a second apron team, you can't sign buyout players at all. So you're completely hampered in the second apron line. And we've seen the Heat do this a lot. This is why Andy Ellsberg is the best numbers guy in the NBA. He always keeps the Miami Heat right under tax thresholds. Always. He's done this before. You carry 14 players so you don't have to get hampered in the tax line. So what the Miami Heat may do, because they have 3 two-way contracts only, and those contracts are already filled. Keshad Johnson, who I said yesterday is not losing his spot for sure, but then they also have Zion Poland and Drew Smith on two-way contracts. Now, Ira Winderman reported yesterday that it's most likely that they're going to rescind the contract for Drew Smith. He may be just, a G League guy that works his way up again because of the injury, unfortunately. But there's been so many players in the Summer League that are stepping up, you guys, that Ira Winderman also reported that the Heat may look to move guys like Thomas Bryant or even Josh Richardson to another team to create cap space and to use one of those contracts to sign a guy like Josh Christopher and Isaiah Stevens. And it's funny because yesterday, which if you guys didn't see the video after this one, make sure you check it out. But yesterday in the video, I reported that the Heat need to have 3 of these two-way contracts filled with certain players. Keshad Johnson, who already has one, but we also need to give Isaiah Stevens and Josh Christopher those contracts as well. But there's a possibility, you guys, that Josh Christopher has done so good that he might get a standardized contract. Isaiah Stevens, I know for sure, is going to get the two-way contract over Zion Poland. Right now, Isaiah Stevens is on an Exhibit 10 contract. So I know for sure he's going to get it because he's playing over Zion Poland. Zion Poland the other day had only 4 minutes off the bench while Isaiah Stevens is starting. Now, yesterday, Stevens goes 2 for 4 for the field, 6 points, which is, whatever. But he also gives you 6 assists. It's like I've said recently, Isaiah Stevens gives you something you don't have, a floor general point guard. He reminds me so much of Kyle Lowry, so much of Kyle Lowry's game without the ass. But he has that quarterback one mentality. And that's something we don't have on this team. So I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about this Summer League championship? Now, I get it. I get it. It's Summer League championship. So we win it. It's like, yay. It's not an NBA championship. But I'm excited because I'm seeing the consistency of certain players. And I think that can translate to this NBA team. The fact that Keshad Johnson, Pelle Larsson, Josh Christopher, Isaiah Stevens, these 4 players are showing consistency in their numbers. It's not like one game Josh Christopher gets 27 points and the next game he gets 3. No, I think Josh Christopher's worst game was a 9-point outing. One game. Every game besides that, he scored double figures. Keshad Johnson has been so consistent on his defensive end. The fact that people are already calling him another Caleb Martin. Isaiah Stevens, who a lot of people besides me are saying has a reminiscent game of Kyle Lowry, shows that he is consistent as a floor general and can shoot the hell out the ball. And let's not forget that lightning quick speed he has as well. Khalil Ware, your first round draft pick, is showing on a consistent basis that he can score at will, rebound, and defend the ball. He needs to work on his three-point game. We know that, but that will take time. Pelle Larsson, your second round pick, who started this summer league as a guy that was questionable, now is showing consistently that he can drop 20-point games and can be given the ball in crunch time. I see a lot of Max Strus and Pelle Larsson. So I want to hear from you, Heat fans. How excited are you about these players coming up? And would you guys move veteran players like Thomas Bryant and Josh Richardson in order to make space for certain players? Because remember, you guys, it's not just Isaiah Stevens, Josh Christopher, and Keshad Johnson. We also got Alondes Williams, Cole Swider. You have certain guys that I feel deserve at least two-way contracts. So if you're able to create 2 roster spots to bring up a Josh Christopher, Isaiah Stevens, and be able to give a 2-way contract to Alondes Williams and Cole Swider possibly, would you guys prefer that? Because now you're kind of flirting with the, are we still trying to win now? Or are we trying to have our cake and eat it too? By having this win now mode with this Jimmy Butler squad, and you're trying to build for the future with these young kids. You got to pick one. The Miami Heat seem like they're flirting with both. So let me know in the comments what you think, guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, Heat fans. My wife is here. We're on the way to the ER, so wish your boy good luck. Appreciate the vibes. Appreciate the good support, y'all. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Let's go, Heat. Yeah, buddy. Stay positive.